who's the chairman of today's program, our guest of honor, who has not yet arrived, but I'm told he's on his way, Shri Ramdas Athavle-ji, who was a very close friend of my late father, and I have also had the honor to work with him in Parliament. A very approachable man and a person who genuinely wants to help people from all levels and all sectors of society. Shri Kenneth Shadap, who is the convener and state level general secretary of Jakatam. All the dignitaries who are present here on the dais, all my dear teachers who have come from different parts of Meghalaya to be part of this wonderful program, and all my dear friends from different walks of life who have come here to be part of this program and to also express your concerns and your difficulties today. I was just speaking to Mr. Shadap, and he was mentioning that for the past 3 days, he has been praying the morning, afternoon, and at night so that there would be no rain. And it seems that in his prayer, he even told God that I will praise you in front of the whole crowd if there is no rain. And also he asked the Holy Spirit to guide him in his speech. And it has really worked wonders, because there was no rain and even his speech was wonderful. I thought that I will do the same thing, and I will also ask the Holy Spirit to guide me, but sadly that is not working till now. So I will do the best I can to be able to give my speech and try to touch areas of concerns that all of you have expressed. First of all, I would like to really congratulate Jakatam, all the members, all of you, for really taking the trouble and coming from different parts of the state to really show your solidarity to the issues that are being faced by the ad hoc school teachers. I think it's a great moment for each and every one of you, and I think the organizing committee has done a wonderful job to ensure that there was a good participation from all corners. Having said that, friends, education has been one of the top priorities for my government. From the day we have come in to the government, and even before it, when we were in election campaign mode, or even before that, when we were making up the constitution of our party, and even before that, when late P.A. Sangma was the president of the party, the seeds of the thought of how important education is in our society was sown very, very long time back. My late father was a teacher. One of his first careers in life was teaching. He was very passionate about it, and he used to tell us how it was one of the most satisfying professions that he had. He said, in politics, no matter how much work and good you do, there will always be P.A. Sangma Murdabad, P.A. Sangma Murdabad. But then, when you're a teacher, when you see your students grow, And when you see your students become successful people in life, he said you can't compare the comparison and the satisfaction of any other work that you've done. The respect that the students have for you is something that you can't compare to any other respect. And this is what he taught us. And that is why today, as a government, when we came in, we realized that we must start to restructure the education system. And it's not only because of all the teachings that were put in us, but if you look at the factual situation in terms of our education system, we are having a lot of challenges. Friends, today in higher secondary, we have only 54,000 students who are studying. In secondary school, we have only 1 lakh children who are studying. Yet if you look at the population of children between the age of 15 and 19, the children who should be going to this kind of level of school and college, we have over 4 lakh children who are in that category. So only 1,50,000 of these 4 lakh children today are getting access to secondary and high secondary education. In terms of college education, 67,000 children today are studying in college. And yet, the number of children who are eligible to go to college today, the population is over 3,85,000. Again, a very huge gap in our system. And therein lies the challenge for the government and for all of us. Today, at the end of our children being educated, on an average every year, we have 1 lakh youth who are entering the workforce. 1 lakh on average. So every 5 years, we have 5 lakh children and youth who will enter the workforce. And therefore, as a government, it is our responsibility to ensure that we shape, we train, and we ensure that these youth who are going to enter the workforce are employable, so that we can absorb them in the system. And of course, as a government, we need to also create those jobs for the people that is concerned. The reason, friends, I'm telling you all of this is because it is important for us to realize the kind of role that teachers today play in shaping our society, in shaping our youth, and in shaping the future of our state. And before I continue, I would like to ask all of you to please rise as our guest of honor has just come in. He is a person who, as I said, was very close to my late father. And I also had the honor to work with him. Sir, आपका हमारे स्टेट में बहुत बहुत स्वागत है। आपका पिताजी के साथ बहुत अच्छे संबंध थे और मेरा भी आपके साथ काम करने के लिए बहुत बार अवसर मिला। मैं पब्लिक को ये बता रहा था अभी और बहुत अच्छा लगा कि आप आए सके। Please have a seat. Friends, I know the different challenges that the teachers face in our state and throughout the country today. I will speak a bit about it a bit later. But as I was mentioning to all of you, that while we look at all the issues that we face, the challenges and the difficulties that we face, I think we must also reflect why we are all here. We must also reflect on what is the role of a teacher. We must also reflect on what is the role of the government. And we must not lose sight of what is it that we are here to do. I talk to many teachers and I talk to many officers. And when I ask them what is it that you're supposed to do, they are not able to answer the question very clearly. Some of them don't have any answer and they get confused. Some of them say that my duty is to finish the course. Some officers say my duty is to complete the file. Some MLAs say that my duty is to give the MLA scheme. Friends, this is only a part of what you are supposed to do. It is very important in every individual's life to know what the real purpose of what you are doing is. And for teachers, your purpose is to transform lives. Your duty is to bring up responsible citizens who will lead our country and our state in the future, who will become responsible citizens of our state. It's a huge responsibility you have. And I know that most of you realize this responsibility. But I think in the day-to-day affair, we sometimes lose sight of that responsibility. I tell my MLAs and my ministers, our job is not to just give development scheme. Our job is to help every citizen of our state. The moment you lose track of that purpose of ensuring that you help every citizen in every way possible, you will start doing the wrong things. Knowing your purpose in life, my friends, is very, very important. You asked Mr. Kenneth Chadha. As he mentioned, he came to my house 3 times. Friends, in my house, every morning I have 200-300 guests who come to meet me. I meet every single one of them. It gives me satisfaction. It makes me feel good to know that by giving 15 seconds, 30 seconds of my time, I may just be able to make a difference in this person's life. I don't know whether I can or not, but let me hear him or her. Sometimes as politicians, we get so overburdened with work that we get under pressure. And somebody comes to meet us, we just don't feel like meeting. It happens to me also. But it is this purpose that keeps me focused. Because when I see a person waiting for a few hours and I tell myself, I think I can make a difference in this person's life, and my whole pressure goes away. If 15 seconds, 30 seconds of my time can change the person's life, then let me try. Friends, I'm giving you my example. The reason I'm telling you this is that you have to also work every day with that purpose to ensure that you are transforming the lives of our future generation. And I can tell you, once that comes into your work system, you will see a change in the way you look at things. You will see a change in the way you talk to the students and the way you actually approach your entire work. Having said that, I know the challenges that are being faced by teachers. I know that you have huge financial problem because of the kind of financial resources that are limited in terms of the salaries that you get. And it's not that we don't want to help. Friends, we want to. I know the difficulties our teachers are going through. And like it happens in other states and other countries of the world especially, teachers are given the highest importance in some of the nations. You go to UK, teachers and policemen are given the highest respect. And yet our nation is struggling to move towards that direction. The leaders are not, it's not that they're not concerned about it. They are concerned about it. I am concerned about it. But then, as was mentioned by Mr. Sharaf in his speech, friends, we do face constraints and challenges. I give a very small example every time I go to a meeting, just to tell you the scale of how big the issue when it comes to teachers is. I'll repeat that, just to make you understand the scale that we look at. That today we have 60,000 teachers, all included. If as a government I want to even increase 1 rupee for every teacher, it's going to cost me 5 lakhs annually. If I want to increase the salary by 10 rupees per teacher, there'll be an impact of 50 lakhs annually. If I want to increase by 100 rupees only, the impact will be 5 crores. By 1,000 rupees, 50 crores. By 10,000 rupees, 500 crores. Just the sheer size and scale of the challenge that we face is what leads to the difficulties that we are facing today. Therefore, friends, as a government, we are looking at this in a very positive way. I could have just simply told Mr. Sharaf that I came last year, therefore you can ask somebody else to come this year. But that was not the case. I went last year for the function, and this year also I'm here. This is to tell you and to show to you that I am concerned about the issues. And every chance I get, every opportunity I get to make a difference in education as a whole, I take that opportunity. Whether it's central schemes we get from Ministry of Tribal Affairs, whether it is any kind of scheme we get from donor ministry, we try to ensure that infrastructure and different kind of facilities, especially to do with education, goes up. Last year, you'll be happy to know that from central government, from different departments, different central government schemes, we were able to get almost 400 crores in terms of infrastructure improvement, 100% funded by Government of India. And this amount today is being implemented in different sections of our state to create better infrastructure for our schools and for our children. So it's not that we have not been able to do anything. We are. But thus the process does take time, friends. I know the demands that have been put in a number of times regarding the issue of ad hoc to deficit. I know the issues that you have mentioned about having a set salary structure when it comes to the ad hoc teachers. All these issues have been brought to my notice regarding the clerks that you might want in all the schools so that the work of the headmaster, headmistress and other teachers workload can be reduced and they can focus more on education than administration. So all these aspects have been included. I had a talk with your leaders. I had a talk with my department. And I've asked them to find a way forward that would be reasonable and would be something that we both can move together. You will have to understand the challenges that the government faces, and we will have to understand the challenges and difficulties that you face. And somewhere find a midway to move forward so that we can take things step at a time. The department has been discussing about this, and I've asked the department and Honorable Minister that he should call a joint meeting within the month of December with your association and with your leaders to be able to chalk out some kind of a way forward in order to reduce the pressure and the difficulties that you're facing. At this point in time, I know that there are a lot of expectations, but it will be wrong for me to simply give you a political speech and just make you happy just for the sake of it would not make any sense. As was mentioned by Mr. Sharaf, I am a very honest and very clean person, and I would not want to come here and give a speech which I would not be able to fulfill. And therefore, as I said, I would want us to sit together and find a way forward. With the teachers understanding the government's limitations, and the government also understanding the teachers' issues of the ad hoc school. And as I said, we have proposed that all the leaders and the government should meet within the month of December and really find out what would be a practical way forward and maybe have some kind of a phase-wise manner in which we could work out things and find some kind of a mechanism which would ease your problems while keeping in mind the government's challenges. And friends, while I say this, ultimate challenge is resources. And I'm happy to inform you that government of Meghalaya is working tirelessly to ensure that our revenues of our own state's revenues go up. So it is not that we're just speaking to you without doing any homework. Last quarter of this financial year have been positive for the government. We saw almost a 30% rise in the GST from the first quarter of 2018-19. And this is all because of the work that is being done by the government. We're in the process of plugging the different leakages in our system by tying up with Chhattisgarh government to ensure that there is going to be an integrated system to check all the kind of royalties and different revenues that are coming into the state so that we can minimize the losses. And we're hopeful that these exercises will lead to quite a significant increase in our resources. We are working towards ensuring that other avenues and other areas through which revenue can increase to the taxation department are also being looked into. I know this is not a finance meeting, nor a finance function, but these are all interlinked together. Therefore, friends, I'm very happy once again that you have given me this opportunity once again to really come close to you, to really see and I should say feel the challenges that you are facing. I can assure you as a government, we are very much committed to all the education sector, to the teachers, and we are trying our best to ensure that wherever we can help, we are being helpful and giving the support the teachers require. But I hope that teachers will also understand the different challenges that the government faces and big changes of this magnitude do take time because of the resource constraints that we have. And similarly, our friends from EMRI who have come here today have mentioned about their grievances, have mentioned about the fact that there needs to be increase in the fleet of the different ambulances that are there. And I do take this opportunity to congratulate each one of them, because I know that they are doing a tremendously great job. At the grassroots level, the kind of difficulties they face, and in spite of the difficulties, and in spite of the challenges, they are giving 100% to the people of our state. And as a government, from our side, the Health Minister has had a meeting with them. Certain proposals have come in from the government side looking at the financial resources. We will work out a mechanism in which we can work out some solutions to the issues being faced. And at the appropriate time, I can also have a meeting with the President and other members of the EMRI and figure out how we could take this issue and problems forward. At the same time, today the midday meal workers had come and they've also expressed their concern. And I think they are most probably the people who are facing the biggest problem, with only 1,000 rupees per month. But as has been mentioned by Mr. Sharap, that this is an amount that has been finalized by Government of India, and it's an amount that goes uniform throughout the country. So therefore, it is something that we need to take up with the center. Along with Mr. Thavle and other leaders who are concerned about these issues, we can move with Delhi and request Delhi and Government of India that if changes and increase can be made in this area, from our side, we will give our full effort and see what can be done to work out better packages for our midday meal workers who are working tirelessly also in different parts of the state. सर, आज यहाँ पे अलग अलग इश्यूज हमारे टीचरों ने उठाया है और टीचरों के साथ हमारे मिड डे मील के जो वर्कर्स हैं उन्होंने भी दो तीन चीजें और दो तीन इश्यूज उठाए हैं, और हमारे EMRI के जो वर्कर्स हैं उन्होंने भी दो तीन इश्यूज उठाए हैं। सर, हमारी तरफ से स्टेट गवर्नमेंट जहां तक हो सकता है हम लोग हमारी तरफ से कोशिश कर रहे हैं, काम कर रहे हैं ताकि हम इन इश्यूज को हम लोग रिजॉल्व कर सकें। लेकिन आपको मालूम है कि मेघालय स्टेट का जो रेवेन्यू स्ट्रक्चर और जो बजट है, उस बजट में से 85% जो रेवेन्यू है वो सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट से आता है, 85% भारत सरकार से आती है। हमारे खुद के रेवेन्यूज 15% है। तो इसलिए सेंटर का जितना सपोर्ट हमें मिलेगा उसके हिसाब से ही हम आगे टीचर्स को, मिड डे मील वर्कर्स को और अन्य लोगों को हम लोग मदद कर सकते हैं। भारत सरकार की तरफ से बहुत सपोर्ट मिला है। पिछले एक साल में भी जो अलग अलग डिपार्टमेंट्स हैं, उन अलग अलग डिपार्टमेंट में भी काफी बढ़ोतरी हुई है। हमारी NREGS की स्कीम जो है करीब 20-30% बढ़े हैं। PMGSY स्कीम्स में करीब 1000% हमारा बजट इंक्रीज हुआ है। ट्राइबल अफेयर्स में करीब 500% बढ़ोतरी हुई है। तो इस तरह हमें सपोर्ट भारत सरकार से मिल रहा है। लेकिन आज आप यहां पे आए हैं, मैं इस अपॉर्चुनिटी को लेते हुए आज हमारे मिड डे मील वर्कर्स क्यों ना हो, हमारे EMRI वर्कर्स क्यों ना हो, और मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंटली हमारे एडोक टीचर्स, अगर भारत सरकार की तरफ से हम लोग इस चीज में कुछ कदम उठा सके और आपका सपोर्ट रहे तो यही नहीं लेकिन बाकी कामों में भी हम लोग बदलाव लेके आ सकते हैं। सर, मुझे खुशी हुई कि आज आपने समय लिया और आपने टीचर्स का ये प्रोग्राम अटेंड किया। इससे मालूम पड़ता है कि आपको टीचर्स के लिए और टीचर्स के इश्यूज के लिए आपको बहुत कंसर्न है और इसके लिए मैं आपको स्टेट की तरफ से धन्यवाद कहना चाहता हूं। सोशल जस्टिस मिनिस्ट्री जो है, जो आपके साथ है, सर आपको मालूम है कि सोशल जस्टिस मिनिस्ट्री में हमारे यहां पे 200 करोड़ का एक स्टेडियम का प्रपोजल था। ये 200 करोड़ के स्टेडियम का प्रपोजल डिसेबिलिटी स्पोर्ट्स के लिए प्रपोज किया गया था और इस प्रपोजल में 5 जगहों को फाइनल किया था और पिछले साल इन 5 जगहों में से 2 जगह ग्वालियर और शिलोंग को फाइनल किया गया। ये 2 जगहों को फाइनल करने के बाद भी लेकिन आज तक शिलोंग का प्रपोजल कैबिनेट में पास नहीं हुआ सर, लेकिन ग्वालियर का प्रपोजल पास हो गया है और वो अभी कंस्ट्रक्शन उसमें चालू हो गया है। सर, ये प्रपोजल हमारे लिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है क्योंकि ये एक हमारे नेशनल गेम्स का भी इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर बनेगा। इसी डिसेबिलिटी स्पोर्ट्स का जो कॉम्प्लेक्स होगा उसी कॉम्प्लेक्स में हम लोग नेशनल गेम्स भी होस्ट करेंगे। तो इसलिए मेरी आपसे विनती है कि आप अगर इस इशू को आगे बढ़ा सके ताकि ये जो पर्टिकुलर केस और फाइल और प्रपोजल जो अभी कैबिनेट अफेयर्स में गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया में अटका हुआ है, अगर आपका सपोर्ट रहा तो मुझे पूरा विश्वास है कि ये प्रोजेक्ट क्लियर होगा और उसके साथ हम यहाँ पे नेशनल गेम्स का एक बहुत अच्छा इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर बना सकेंगे। So my friends and my dear teachers, I don't want to take much time. I once again thank all of you for having invited me here, and it is always an honor and always gives me a sense of happiness to be among teachers. And I can assure you that as a human being, as a leader, and as a person who's always been close to teachers, I will always be there to ensure that we can take up your cause also together. I, as a Chief Minister, have limitations sometimes because of the financial constraints, but that does not mean that we will not do anything. It just means that we must work together. I urge all of you, like today, we have come together. Let us work unitedly to make sure that we can improve the education scenario in our state. Let us work together to ensure how we could make a difference in every child's life. Sometimes it's not about the money. Sometimes it's just about the way we look at things and the way we look at and work at things. The attitude matters. Your concern matters. Your objective and your purpose matters. Those are the small changes we can make without having the financial implications also. And this is one last advice, an appeal to all the teachers, that wherever we can, let us give 110%, 120% more than what is expected of us so that we can make a difference in the children's lives. And I can assure you, as a government, we will keep trying with whatever limitations we have to ensure that we can be of help and try to resolve the issues that you are facing from time to time. With these few words, I once again thank the organizing committee and I thank Mr. Shadab, who has been instrumental in bringing me here and who is a person who is always connected with me regarding different issues that the teachers have been facing. So once again, I thank all of you. I thank the wonderful performers who gave a beautiful cultural experience of our state to us. Thank you so much for the wonderful reception that you've given us and the great honor that you've given to each one of us. May God bless each and every one of you. May God bless our beautiful state of Meghalaya. Kublai Shibun, Mathela, thank you and Jai Hind.